All right, obviously not the final we wanted. Halftime, we knew come back and get this thing to where it was. To lose it like that, it's hard. The finality of this league's a bitch. Now, that locker room of guys has been through hell and back this year, and I love them. They have stuck together through all the injuries and everything else, and really, really proud of the comeback, not to finish. But can't say enough about all of them. You got the guys that stepped in and stepped up, all the receivers and DBs and everybody else this year that were a part of this journey, and it's a shame we didn't complete it.
Bruce, on the last series for the Rams, how was Kupp able to get so open? Did you have a blitz on
The last play? Yes. Yes.
You just going for broke there, or?
Some guys didn't blitz. I don't know if we didn't get the call, but it was an all-out blitz. We should have got a ton of pressure.
How frustrating is it going up against a team like this one where, you've gone against them now 3 times in the last 2 seasons and you haven't been able to come away with a win?
Every other team. When you lose, you lose. I mean, we had our chance to win.
Bruce, that was a big hole to climb back from, down 27-3. But you've seen Tom do this in the Super Bowl, 28-3. Did that kind of flash in your mind that, hey, he's going to do it again?
Really, it was the defense getting the turnovers. He benefited from the turnovers, and we had a couple there that we didn't cash in on, or we might have had the lead at the end. And but yeah, when you got Tom, you're never out of it.
First, the defensive struggles early to fall behind as bad as you did. What do you think they did to get this defense to move the ball as consistently as they did?
And not totally busted coverage on 3rd and 20 like we did out there, and give them a touchdown. I mean, the first half we, for whatever reason, we didn't play our best, whether we were tight, whatever. And second half was more like what we expected to see.
Coach, of the special teams issues today, which was the costliest in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take all 3 phases. And obviously there were times when all 3 were good, and there was times when, kickoffs out of bounds and giving the ball to 40 and things like that. It's tough. That's tough sledding, but still, we still had it with 40 seconds.
What can you say about the play of Leonard Fournette? He helped keep you
I knew Lenny would he had 2 great weeks of practice, and he played like I thought he would.
When Lenny scored to tie that up, just the wave of emotions to come back in a game like this to tie it up, do you think there was any relax on the defensive
No,
part?
just a little bit of miscommunication and the hectic moments at the end. Slipped and fell and gave him that 7 route, and don't get the call in and get it communicated to all 11 guys.
Reality of the situation, I know Tom's under contract for next year, but at the same time, tomorrow isn't promised for him. When do you expect that you and Tom will talk about his future? When do you expect you and Tom will talk about his future?
That's up to Tom. I mean, just like all veteran players,
Bruce, you're confident you're back next year no matter what? You feel like you're back here next season?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The offense has lost a lot of players during the year, and you've survived it. Losing Wirfs today seemed to really hurt the offensive line. They got tremendous pressure all day long.
Yeah, and I got to give Josh Wells credit. He was playing on a really bad leg. And but, yeah, when you take an all-pro guy out and the other all-pro was on a bad ankle, Ryan sucked it up and Josh sucked it up. But that's a good front. And we had our chances, but we just didn't finish it,
Bruce, in that situation, they have 1 timeout, 45 seconds. They've got to go get in field goal range. Is it a gamble there to try to blitz and not just play coverage and keep the ball front?
Never second guess. Just make sure all 11 are on the same page.
What do you say about the resiliency of this team just to come back in a game like this?
Hey, these guys are fighters. They've shown it all year. 14-5, whatever we are, but this team's over. That's like we said right now. This team will not be back together. They never are. And make sure you say thank you to your teammates, and we'll try to regroup this thing and come in next year.
Are you confident that Tom will be back? Is he committed next year?
That's totally up to Tom.
Will the team be going? Oh, sorry.
Bruce, what's your biggest takeaway from this season?
Oh, we got a locker room of fighters and a damn good coaching staff. We got guys that show up on Tuesday and they play on Sunday and they play pretty good. That's a credit to the player and the general manager to get us the guy that can play, and the coach to get him ready to play.
Is there more of a sense of finality because you may have more changes on the coaching staff and attrition with players?
No, finality is finality. There's change every year. I mean, it's no different than any other year.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.